After exploring a bit of the south of Tunisia, our local friends decided it was time to show us some of the Roman heritage further to the north of the country, and Utica was the chosen archaeological site to give us a glimpse of what Tunisia has to offer.
So what was this all about, Anna? It's a fountain, yeah. Still has some of the original, most of the original tiles.
But you have to wet it to see it.
It's got mud all over it. Yeah.
Do you want me to explain?
We're in Utica, between Tunis and Bizerte in Tunisia, and Tunisia is the only place where you can actually just wander around in the middle of the Roman ruins. They don't really protect it as we do in Europe. So the guide was explaining, this is like a fountain. So this is a house, by the way. This is a fountain, and all this is little tiny marble pieces. And he wetted for us. So you have, like mussels, squids. He was saying that's a mackerel. I'm not sure.
Okay.
There's a
Crab.
a crab over there.
Yeah.
And it's basically all the fishes that you can, or that you could find around here.
Could find, yeah.
So that's like a sea urchin. This one kind of like an eel, maybe, like a sea eel. Not sure. But anyway, so once it's wet, you can actually see the colors of the mosaic. When it dries, it's not really perceptible. And he was explaining also that here on this side, so this is the room, and they allow you to walk on top of the mosaic, or on some of them. All different. But apparently over here, this section here is the vomitarium. There.
The entrance, the vomitory.
The vomitarium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mosaics are everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Absolutely everywhere. Did he explain this one?
So I didn't understand exactly what this was. If it was a fountain over here.
Oh, sorry. Over there, that's
over
the
here
fountain.
On this side, yeah.
Possibly an entrance fountain to a house.
Because he's explaining in a mix of French and Arab, and I don't speak Arab. And this is a room, and just look at actually how modern the pavement is. Really nice pattern with different colors. It's actually very modern if you think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Quite pretty.
Really nicely done.
But then again, only a few small sections are fenced off. Everything else you can walk in. There's a nice one over there also.
Yeah, but until you wet that. I took a photo earlier of that, and
I took photos also. It's quite pretty. This one is also quite a modern pavement. Oh, it's what you wetted.
You did?
You did.
Okay, I'm coming. Yeah, and again you can see all of the fish and squids
and so this is a boat, and this here is the fisherman.
Yeah.
And these are all different fish. There's a squid over there.
Yeah, very. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a squid. This is a sea urchin over here.
It's really pretty. Really well done. Amazing pattern tiles.
But again, none of it is really protected. We can walk pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
So maybe walk over there where there's actually no mosaic.
I think part of that though is that not many people actually come here. Not many people actually see it.
So this is actually quite a big archaeological site. There's John over there for a sense of scale. And this is just the area that you can visit. And it costs, for the two of us, 10 dinars, which I believe is like less than 3 euros, maybe. And we can walk all over. So we were walking in this area here, checking all the mosaics. And now we're going to that section over there. Here's the Punic necropolis. And it's incredible. We can just literally, we were walking in the middle of the ruins, and the guide is actually taking us. Not that we understand what he's saying.
These are the tombs, yeah?
Yeah, part of the tomb. So obviously this is built and overbuilt and over. So
C'est une tombe phénicienne?
Phénicienne,
Phénicienne.
c'est 21e.
Yes, so it's a Phoenician tomb and it's combien?
6 siècles.
From the sixth century, and the skeleton is still here.
All intact.
Yeah, this would you would never see something like this in Europe.
No.
All this would be under glass and everything. So
We're very lucky.
very cool, very lucky. These over here are the Punic walls, right? And the skeleton that the guide showed us is somewhere over there. Whoop, over there. Yeah. So we just came down these steps and now we're going to the forum. All right, so this is us walking in the middle of archaeological site, and this is what it looks like. It's actually a farm, isn't it?
Yeah,
There's stuff planted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that over there is the main archaeological site. But apparently they've started excavating all this area last year, so 2017, 2018, they've started, so it's not really excavated yet. They found a little bits and pieces of houses, but nothing is connected or anything. So this is the second nucleum that they're excavating now. It's a bit more advanced than the one that we just passed. You can actually see the ruins, so for you to have an idea, that over there is the big excavated ruins. The museum where we were before that had some columns is behind that hill, and we've just walked all this, and there's lots of pits where they've started excavating, and we're up here, right? And it seems, as we turn around, it seems that there's more over there. It's quite big. Okay, so this year they started in 2014, and if I understood correctly, they covered it with sand to protect it. But look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So they covered with this kind of tarp, and then they poured sand on top to protect it. Mohammed, what is the name of this place?
Porto Farina.
And now in Arab?
غار الملح. La
Okay.
grotte du sel.
So we are in a port on the way to Bizerte. I think this is close to Rafraf. And this is a Roman port, and it's still protected by the ancient walls. So funny. They still use the traditional fishing method. So these are the little pots that they lie tied from here, these lines. That's where the name of the fishing pots comes from. The ones that we try to avoid every time we sail. But this is where the little octopus hide and create their home, and then we fish them. This over here is like a lake that has a passage to the sea, to Mediterranean Sea. So you can see land pretty much over there. So this, we could never come here with our boat. It's not deep enough. And the entrance is quite narrow. But the interesting thing is that, not sure if it's easy to understand on the camera, but there's an entrance channel over there, really, really narrow. And you come in, you pass, so this is the Roman walls, protection walls of the port. And as you pass it, let's see if we can actually see. There, that's the entrance. And you have this little protected port. So Roman arches taken by the fishers, and that's probably the wall, protection wall for the little town, little village. And this is what remains of the original Roman wall. Quite nice. Kind of walked around the port, and I'll explain again. So this over here is a lake, has a connection to the real Mediterranean Sea. And this is the entrance to the Roman port, according to our Mohammed friend. He's Tunisian. This is the only Roman port in the Mediterranean Sea still being used. So it's actually quite pretty. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out our social media. Head out to our Patreon page and buy the dog a bone.